Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so before starting today's discussion, do you have any questions from the previous discussions?
Yes, I have a question, Bante.
Okay.
So the question is about a footnote in the Venerable Ananda Jyoti translation. It's on page 56, Bante. So in here he says, yeah, it's about the word Babawati. So as last time you said that in the Myanmar or the tradition, according to the tradition, then here instead of Babawati, we have Bawati, right? And then so here, according to the footnote, he says that despite the many sources which take Bawati as the reading, it must be incorrect, as it would make the underlying structure of the fifth bar a jagana. How can Bawati is a jagana, Bante?
No, it is Bhavati is not a jagana.
But he said that because if we take it as Bhagavati, then it could be a jagana.
Yes, it seems like that, but we can see that if it is not Vibhavati but Pabhavati, still the structure is same, isn't it? Pabhavati and Pibhavati structure is same.
Right. But here, because he says that it would make that a jagana, which is not allowed. So that is the reason why he rejected this reading.
Yeah. No, what he means is he says that the underlying structure of the fifth bar would be a jagana. So that means it is not a jagana, but the underlying structure would be a jagana, because he is explaining something about resolution. Did you meet that? Because he is not explaining in the traditional way. He explains based on a concept called as resolution. How to tell that nagana, according to him, usual nagana has only 3 syllables, isn't it, in syllabic meters, 3 syllables. But in measure meters, nagana becomes 4 syllables and magana becomes 2 syllables. So Bhante Anandajyoti explains that according to a concept called resolution, there is that nagana nagana with 4 syllables is a result of this concept called as resolution. Actually, I also cannot understand it well. I couldn't read it well to understand. I will study it more and answer you in the next week.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Okay. So, any other questions? No questions, right? Okay, so we were here in the Ariyapatya. So we consider this verse as 2 verses, 2 half verses according to the traditional way. But Bhante Anandajyoti considers this as 1 verse. So by the first half, Ariya Samanyanche Pubbodita Lakhanam Bhave Yassa. By this first half, what has been done is the name has been given for the whole Ariya type. Whole Ariya type. All the verses which has Gananiyama and Yatiniyama are generally called as Ariya. And by the second half, a special name is given called as Pathya. If in Arya verse, the first line and the third line have only 3 groups in each. In other words, if they have only 12 matras, so 12 measures in each, we call that a verse as Pathya. You can call it Pathya Arya or Arya Pathya also, same. So you can use as you like. The name is Pathya. So I gave you an activity to do last week, that was to examine or to check the first 3 verses in the Digha Nikaya commentary, in the Silakhanda commentary. So these are those verses, Digha Nikaya Silakhanda Vagga Attakatha, the first commentary of the Sutta Pitaka, and the first commentary of the Digha Nikaya Silakhanda Vagga, done by Venerable Buddhaghosa. So in the Gantharamba Katha, or the in the beginning of the commentary, all the verses, almost all the verses are Arya verses. No, actually all the verses are Arya verses. So I hope you you could check these verses whether they are Arya or not, and whether they are with the Gananiyama and Yatiniyama according to the Vuttodaya. So let's check it again. The first verse is Karuna Sitala Hadayang Panya Pajjota Vihata Moha Tamang Sanaramara Loka Garung Vande Sugatang Gati Vimuttang. All these verses have very nice meaning. So, but I am not going to explain the meanings here because it will take a long time. So you can read it with translations, very nice meanings. So I will read each verse, then one of you can recite after me, because it's an good opportunity for you to improve your skill of reading Pali verses. So the first verse I will read, and then one of you please recite it. Karuna Sitala Hadayang Panya Pajjota Vihata Moha Tamang Sanaramara Loka Garung Vande Sugatang Gati Vimuttang. Okay. Who will recite?
So one day maybe I will try it.
Okay.
Yeah, because all friends are keep quiet. Karuna Saitana Hatayang Panya Pachota Vihata Mohatamang Sana Ramana Noka Karung Vante Sukatang Kati Vimutang.
Very good, very nice.
Yeah,
I
here they
have
have the Yati. They have the Yati rule.
yes, it has Yati rule. And I have a little advice for you. When you recite verses, please consider whether the vowels are short or long. Because if you read long vowels as short, then the rhythm will be broken. So if you read short vowels as short and long vowels as long, then the rhythm will be there. You don't have to worry about the rhythm if you read accordingly. Like Karuna Sitala Hadayang. So yeah, if someone, actually you did not read like that, but if someone read this like Karuna Sitala Hadayang, then there will be difference of the rhythm. So please consider whether these vowels you are reading are short or long. As I told, if you read accordingly, if you read short vowels as short and long vowels as long, then you will recite correctly. Okay, in this verse, let's check. Karuna. Ka is a short matra or what you call lahu matra, light measure, light matra, ka, and ru is also light, na is heavy. So here there are 4 measures, because as we know, light measure, light matras, light measures we consider as having 1 measure, and heavy matra, so heavy measures, we consider them as having 2 measures. So here there are 4 measures, and we consider 4 measures as 1 group in matta vutti, or in measure meter. So here is a 1 group. Karuna is the first group of this verse, and then C 2 measures, ta 1 measure, la 1 measure, another group, 2 groups. Ha 1 measure, the 1 measure, yang 2 measures, because yang is a garu. You can tell this, you can call this padanta garu also. So here is the third group. Okay, 3 groups. Then pan is a heavy measure, heavy matra, because what you call is sangyogadi. If there is a conjunct or double consonant after a vowel, then we consider the vowel as heavy, and we join the first consonant of the conjunct or first consonant of the double consonant to the vowel. So this pan is a heavy measure, 2 measures. There are 2 measures. Nya also there are 2 measures. So panya 4 measures, 1 group. Paj, jo, same. Paj is 1 paj 2 measures, jo 2 measures, then 1 group. Then ta, bi, ha, ta. Here is a nagana, 4 lahu measures. So here is a nagana, ta, vihata, nagana. Then mohata, another group, mohata. Mo 2 measures, ha 1 measure, ta 1 measure, so another group, 7th group of the first half. Then mang is the antagaru. So here in the first half, after the 6th group, we are going to first check the 6th group. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6th group is a nagana, as we have learned in Arya. In the first half of Arya verse, the 6th group should be a nagana or a jagana. So here it has been a nagana, and then there should be a antagaru. Here is the antagaru, and there should be other 6 groups here. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. There are other 6 groups, and another rule, there is another rule, that is there cannot be jagana in the odd group places. Odd group places are 1st place, 3rd place, 5th place, and 7th place. So let's check it. Karuna, it's not a jagana, it's a sagana, because antagaru is a sagana, not a jagana. Then the 3rd group, hada, yang, it is also a sagana, antagaru, it's not a jagana. Then the 5th group, pajjo, what's that? It's a magana, it's also not a jagana, it's magana. Then the 7th group, mohata, what's that gana? It's a bagana, because adi garu, this is garu, and the rest are lahu, so it's a bhagana, not a jagana. So we can observe that there are no jaganas at the odd places. So in the second half, we are still examining gana niyama, or the rules related to bas or groups, not yati niyama. Later we will consider about yati niyama. In the second half, sanara is the first group. Okay, sanara is the first group. Then lo is the second group, because 4 measures. Kagarung, another group, because there are 4 measures. 1 day, another group, because there are 4 measures, Sugatang another group, and then this Ga should be separated because it is at the 6th place. Then Tivimut is another group because there are 4 measures. So in the second half, the sixth place, in the 6th place, there is a Lahu, as we learned. There is a Lahu and there is Antagaru. And apart from this Chatta Lahu and Antagaru, apart from Chatta Lahu and Antagaru, there are other 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then there cannot be Jaganas at the odd places. So let's check. Sanara is not a Jagana, it's a Sagana, because Antagaru is a Sagana. Then in the 3rd place, Tagarung, it's also a Sagana, not a Jagana. In the 5th place, Sugatang, it's also a Sagana, not a Jagana. Tivimut is also a Sagana, not a Jagana. So we can observe all the rules in this verse. So this is a Arya verse. And then within Arya verses, among the Arya verses, this is a Pathya verse, Pathya Arya Gatha. Why is that? Because in the first half, in the first line, there are only 3 groups, In other words, there are only 12 measures. If you count these all, there are 12 measures, because in the first group, there are 4 measures. In the second group, there are 4 measures, and the third group also 4 measures. So all totally there are 12 measures. In the third line also, there are only 3 groups, or in other words, only 12 measures. So this is an example for Pathya Arya Gatha. The special name is Pathya. The generic name or the name of the type is Arya. So by gathering those both names, we call this Pathya Arya Gatha. Okay, then let's check about the word break or Yati Niyama. So Yati Niyama can be there if, yes.
Sorry, Bante. I have the questions about this part.
Okay, please.
Yes. But the last time we said about the word break. If the first half in the 6th bar is only syllables, and the word break is here after the last syllable at the beginnings, is mean after the beginnings of the 7th part, right? But here more is having syllable. We cannot make the break here, word break here, right?
Yes, you are correct. If the seventh what you call group, in the 7th place, if there is a Nagana or all light syllables or light measures, then we put the word break at the end of the 6th bar. Okay, so here the 7th bar is not a Nagana. 7th bar, you can observe here, it is Mohata. Mohata is not a Nagana, it is a Bhagana. Okay. So it's not a Na. Yes, it's a Bhagana. And other words, we can call it Adi Garu. Adi Garu Gana. So because the condition is not there, we cannot put word break at the end of the 6th bar. But can you remember, we learned 2 rules related to the first half. There are 2 rules. First rule is, if there is a Nagana at the 7th place, then the word break will be at the end of the 6th bar. Okay, that is the first rule. Or in all conditions, Nagana should be there. Without a Nagana, you cannot put word break in Arya verses. So Nagana should be there. But related to that Nagana, there are 2 rules in the first half. The first rule is, as I mentioned just now, if the 7th bar is a Nagana, then the word break comes after the 6th bar. Like here, Panya Pajjota Vihatta Mohatama. Here should, in the Vihatta, at the end of Vihatta, the word break should be there. But here, we cannot observe a Nagana at the 7th place. So word break is not there. But the second rule is that if the 6th bar is a Nagana, if the 6th bar is a Nagana, then also there can be a word break, where in the first syllable or in the first measure of the Nagana. So here, after the Panya Pajjota, sorry, this should be, yes, I separated it because it is another group. So actually, this is a one word, you can understand it, no? Pajjota means lamp or, yes, lamp or light. So that is one word, but we separated it because, in order to make it another Gana. So 6th bar is a Nagana. So because of that, in that Nagana, within that Nagana, after the first measure, there can be a word break. So that was the second rule related to word breaks. Okay. Can you remember that now? So
Yes,
because
yes.
of that, okay. So because of that, there is a word break in this verse at the end of ta. So when you recite this, how should you recite? Karuna sitala hadayang panya pajjota vihata mohatamang. Like that, there should be a subtle break or subtle stop after this ta. Okay, panya pajjota. So actually this is a compound. This is a compound, or this in Pali verse, this is a samasa. So panya pajjota vihata moha tamang is a one word. It is one word. This whole part is one word. Okay, panya pajjota vihata moha tamang is a one word because it is a compound noun. But within that compound, you can observe there are few words. Panya is one word or one noun. Pajjota is another noun. Vihata is another noun. Moha is another noun. Tama is another noun. So because they are different nouns, you can stop after this pajjota. Panya pajjota, the lamp called as wisdom, the light or the lamp called as wisdom. So you should stop after this th. Here is the word break after th. Okay. So when you recite, you should pay attention to that word break. And actually it's nice to recite with that word break. If you do not put that word break there, it's not nice to recite. You see, karuna sitala hadayang panya pajjota vihata mohatamang. So if there is that word break, it is very nice to recite. So let's go to the second half. In the second half, what we should consider is that if you can remember the rules related to word breaks, there are 3 rules. We now talked about 2 rules. The third rule is about the second half of the verse. This Sanaramara Loka Garung Vande Sugatang Gati Vimuttan, this half. In this half, related to this half, there is only one rule. That is, if the 5th bar is a Nagana, if the 5th bar is a Nagana, then the word break should be at the end of the 4th bar. So let's see. Sanara is the 1st bar, Maralo 2nd bar, Garung 3rd bar, Vande 4th bar, Sugatang is the 5th bar. So here Sugatang is not a Nagana, but it is a Sagana. So the condition is not there. Therefore, word break is not there. Word break cannot be there in the second half of this verse. So this is a Pathya Arya Gatha with word break at the first half of the verse. Okay, do you have any questions? No questions. Okay, then let's go to the second example. Buddhopi buddha bhavang bhavetva cheva satchikatva cha yang upagato gata malang vande tamanuttarang dhammang. Okay, would some of you like to recite it?
I give Chai Bante. Good morning. Good
Okay.
evening, Bante.
Good evening.
Buddhopi Buddha Pavang Bhaveto Jiva Sachi Katwacha Yang Upagato Gata Malang Vande Tama Muttarang Dhammang.
Okay, very nice. So for you also, I will give a little advice because you can correct that after at the next time. So when you read this vowel A, you know in Pali there are only A and O, only long sound is there, not short sound. So we usually recite this A as long always. Like here in Cheva, you see Cheva, Bhavetva Cheva. We recite it as long, Cheva. We do not recite it as Cheva. This is not Cheva, this is Cheva. Yes, that's correct. But in grammar, we learn that if there is a conjunct after A, we read that A as short. So here, in places like this, you should recite or read this as short, like bhavet, bhavetva, not bhavetva. Please keep that in mind. If there is a conjunct or if there is double consonants after A and O, you should read that A and O as short vowels. In some other examples, I will type here and delete it. In this example, etha, you see etha, we frequently meet this word etha here. So here also there is double consonant, T and TH. T and TH are a conjunct. So before this conjunct, there is vowel A. We should recite this, read this vowel A as short. There are no short vowels as A and O in Pali. There are only A and O, only long vowels. But in these specific places, if there is a conjunct after that A and O, we read or recite that long vowels as short. So we recited this as etha, not etha. Another example is sothi for vowel O. For vowel O, example is here sothi. So actually, like this in this example, this O should be recited or read as O. It is a long vowel, but in this example, it is before a conjunct or a double consonant. So because of that, we read this O as short, like sothi, not sothi. So please keep that in mind and correct that when you read Pali. So this is the second example. Let's check it. Buddho. Buddho is the first group. Okay, there are 4 matras. Buddh 2 matras, dho 2 matras. Pi Buddha. Pi Buddha, second group. Okay, second group. Bhavang, third group. There are 4 matras. Bhavet, fourth group. Vache, fifth group. Oh, sorry. Vache is the 5th group. Vasach, chi is the 6th group. Katva is the 7th group. Okay. So here, Let's check the Gana Niyama. The sixth group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Vasachi. You see, Vasachi is a Jagana, Majja Garu, Jagana. So it is in accordance with the Gana Niyama. Sixth group should be a Jagana or Nagana. So now it has been a Jagana. And there is an Antagaru and there are 6 other groups. And in the second half, Yang Uppa, one group, Gatoga, second group, Tamalang, third group. One day, fourth group, Tamanut, fifth group, and the sixth one should be a Lahu. Here is it. Rang Dham is the seventh group, and then Mang is the Antagaru. So it is also in accordance with the Gana Niyama. So let's check Yati Niyama. In the first half, in the 7th place, if there is a Nagana, the word break can be happen. But here you can observe there is not a Nagana, there is a Magana, Katwa, two heavy syllables. So it is a Magana, not a Jagana. And sorry, not a Nagana. And in the second condition is if there is a Nagana in the 6th place, there can be a word break. But now we can observe that it is not a Jagana, it's sorry, it's not a Nagana, it's a Jagana. So in the first half, the conditions are not there, so word break is not there. In the second half, only one rule is there, that is if the fifth group is a Nagana, then at the end of the 4th group there will be a word break. So we can observe that the 5th group is not a Nagana, it is a Sagana. Tamanut is a Sagana, so the condition is not there, then word break is not there. So this is also a Pathya Ariya Gatha with no word break. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's go to the third example. I will recite it. Sugatassa orasanang puttanang marasena mathananang attannampi samuhang sirasa vande ariya sanghang. Okay, any volunteer?
Bante, I will try.
Okay.
Sugatasa orasanang puttanang marasena mathananang athanampi samuhang sirasa vande ariya sanghang.
Okay, very good. So here also, please keep in mind, once I told that when you recite, please consider about the short and long vowels, because if you read a long vowel as short, then the rhythm will be broken. Not broken, but there will be a difference in the rhythm. So please consider whether the vowel is short or long. So here when you read Puttanang, it should be read as Puttanang, long. If you read this as Puttanang, then you see there is a difference, Puttanang and Puttanang. So please keep that in mind to
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then let's check it. Sugatas is the first group. Sa-o-ra is the second group. There are 4 measures. Sa-nang is the third group. Putta is the 4th group. Nang-ma is the 5th group. Ra-se-na is the 6th group. Matha-na is the 7th group. Okay, then you can observe that the sixth group here, 6th group is a Jagana, Rasena is a Jagana, and there is Antagaru, and there are 6 other groups. So Gananiyam is there. In the second half, Attan is the first group, Nampi is the second group, Nampi Sa Nampi Sa is the second group. And yes, Muhang is the third group. I hope you can understand why I separate groups like this, because we consider, again, I am telling, we consider 4 measures as one group. So we are separating them by 4 measures in each. You see here also Nang, 2 measures, Pi, 1 measure, S, 1 measure. So there are 4 measures. It is one group. So then fourth group, Sirasa, one group, one day, one group. Is the 6th place. Riya Sang is the 7th group. So here also you can observe the 6th place. There is the Lahu, Chatta Lahu is there, 6th Lahu, and there is Antagaru, and there are 6 other groups. And if we consider whether there are Jaganas at the odd places, Sugatas, you see, it's not a Jagana, it's a Sagana. And the 3rd place, Sanang, is a Magana, not a Jagana. And in the 5th place, Nang Ma, it's also a Nang Ma is also a Magana, not a Jagana. And in the 7th place, Matana is a Sagana, not a Jagana. In the second half, Attan is a Magana, not a Jagana, because there are 2 heavy syllables, not Lahu, Garu, Lahu. It's Garu, Garu. So it's a Magana, not Jagana. In the 3rd group place, there is Muhang, Muhang. So Muhang is a Magana, not a Jagana. And in the 5th place, one day, it's also a Magana. In the 7th place, Riya Sang is a Sagana, not a Jagana. So you can observe all the Gana Niyamas, all the rules related to groups in this verse. And if you consider about the Yati Niyama, what you should check, where you should check is at the 7th group. If the 7th group is a Nagana, there can be Yati Niyama. So here there is not a Nagana, there is a Sagana, so there cannot be Yati Niyama. And if there is a Nagana in the 6th group, there also can be a word break or Yati Niyama, but here you can observe that is not a Nagana, that is a Jagana. So word break is not there in the first half. In the second half, word break can be there only if there is a Nagana at the 5th group. So that in the 5th group, you can observe that is not a Nagana, it is a Magana. So word break is not at all in this verse. Okay, any questions? So here, this is also a Pathya Aryagatha, because there are 3 groups in the first 2 lines. Okay, then let's go to the 4th verse. Iti me pasanna matino ratanattaya vandanamayang punyang yang suvihatantarayo hutva tassanubhavena. Okay, any volunteer to recite it? No volunteers? Okay, then let's check it. Let's examine this verse. Iti me is the first group, because there are 4 measures. You see, iti me, 4 measures, first group. Then pasanna is the second group, because there are 4 measures. Pa, 1 measure, san, 2 measures, and na, 1 measure. So the second group. Mati no is the third group. And then the 4th group, Ratanat, 4th group. Taya 1, 5th group. Then Nam, 6th group. Yang Pun is the 7th group. Nang is the Antagaru. So you can observe that the 6th group has been a Jagana, and there is Antagaru. There are 6 other groups. So this is in accordance with the Gana Niyama. And let's go to the second half. Yang Suvi. Yang Suvi is the first group. There are 4 measures. Hatanta, second group. There are 4 measures. Rayo, third group. Hutwa, fourth group. Tassa, fifth group. Nu is the Chatta Lahu, sixth Lahu. Bhave is the 7th group. So you can observe the Gana Niyama or the rules related to groups here. Nu is the Chatta Lahu, and there is Antagaru. There are 6 other groups. And if we check about the Jaganas, Itime is not a Jagana, it's a Sagana. And in the 3rd place, Matino is also a Sagana, not a Jagana. In the 5th place, Taya Wang is also a Sagana, not a Jagana. In the 7th place, Yang Puny is a Magana, not a Jagana. In the second half, Yang Suvi is a Bhagana, not a Jagana. In the 3rd place, Rayo Magana, not a Jagana. And in the 5th place, Tassa is a Magana, not a Jagana. And the 7th place, Bhave is also a Magana, not a Jagana. So all the Gana Niyamas are there. And Yati Niyama, let's check the 7th group. 7th group is not a Nagana, it's a Magana, so there cannot be Yati Niyama. And the 6th group also is a Jagana, not a Nagana. So there are no word breaks at all in the first half. In the second half, you see in the 5th place, there should be a Nagana, but there is not a Nagana, there is a Magana. So a word break is not there in the second half also. So this is also a Pathya Arya Gatha, example for Pathya Arya Gatha. So you can examine other remaining verses in the Silakhanda Gatha also, but there are some other types of Arya verses. Not all are Pathya Arya, so there can be some difficulties when you check, but I will try to finish the Arya chapter today. But first, let's examine the rest of the examples. So here is example. Here are some examples from Nettipakarana. You know Nettipakarana. It is in the Khuddaka Nikaya. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Before you go in next, may I ask a question?
Okay, of course.
So, for example, when you read the verse first, in the first time when you read the verse, how can you differentiate? This is belong to the Vana Chandas. This is belong to the Mada Chandas.
In the first time, actually, you understand it after reading once. Without reading once, you cannot know that. When you read with the practice, by reading a lot of verses and by examining and studying a lot of verses, you can actually recognize just after seeing a verse whether this is a Matta Chandas, this is belongs to Matta Chandas or Vana Chandas. So you need a lot of practice for that. So at the beginning, actually, yes.
You go ahead, Benny.
Yes, okay, you can ask.
Yeah, because for example, when I read the verse, I think it's because of lack of practice. So at first I was trying to figure out this is Vana Chandas or this is Mada Chandas.
Oh, I see. So one thing is that you can see in Matta Chandas, the second line is longer than the first line. So that is one characteristic. Usually in Vana Chandas, all 4 lines are same. Usually, generally, all 4 lines are same. But in Matta Chandas, not everywhere, but especially in the frequently seen verses, what we frequently see are these Arya type, because you know there are some subsections called Geeti and Vetali and so on. We will study them later. So we frequently see Arya verses in the canon and canonical and non-canonical texts. So in those Arya verses, there is a very significant characteristic, that is the second line is longer than the first line. So you can keep that in mind.
I see that. Oh, yeah, because it's 12 plus 18 or something like that, right?
Yes, 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 yes. A
Okay,
significant
thank you.
difference. Okay, so in Khuddaka Nikaya, the Netipakarana is included in Pali Canon. Pali Canon. In our tradition, we consider this to be composed by Venerable Maha Kaccayana, one of the 80 Mahasavakas of Lord Buddha. So in Netipakarana also, the first stanzas, first verses are Ariya verses, and there are so many Ariya verses in Netipakarana. I just took some verses from the beginning. There are other verses also. So here also the meaning is very nice, and you have a lot to study in these verses. But we are just going to check the chandas, or the rules related to Ariya, not the meaning. So here young low, let's recite it once. Yang loko pujayate saloka palo sada namassati cha tasseta sasana varang viduhi nyayang naravarassa. So is there any volunteer who would like to read?
Yes, Bhante, I will volunteer because no one is volunteering now.
Okay, okay.
Yang loko pujayate saloka palo sadana masati cha tasseta sasana varang viduhi nyayang naravarassa.
Okay, very good. So here there was a little difficulty reading this tasseta, because actually this is tassetang, tassetang, like this tassetang. But to protect the meter, protect the Ariya meter, in order to not break down the meter, this nigahita is elided or deleted. That's what it is. A different word. It has become a strange word. So, however, in some yes.
May I ask a question,
Yes.
please? So in that case, if this is the nigahita is elided, do we have to compound it with the second word, second phrase, with sasanavara? Tasseta sasanavara, instead of having a space here.
Like we do in Sandhi combinations.
Yes, a combination.
Yes, yes, we can join them, but actually not in all combinations we join the words together. Like in like here, sabbapapassa akaranang kusalassa upasampada sachitta pariyodapanang etang buddhana sasanang. You see, buddhana sasanang. So these are still two words, but actually here also the nigahita is elided or deleted. But we keep in actually almost everywhere we see these two words as still two words. But this is a sandhi. It's a nigahita lopa sandhi. The nigahita is elided, but we keep them as two words. It's okay, I think it's okay to keep them, because in yes, because in some other examples also I will show you, because actually I also have thought about this, because in sandhi, if that is a sandhi, the word should be joined, but there are many places the words are not joined. Evangame muni chare, what's the beginning of that verse? Yathapi bhamaro puppang vanna gandha mahetayang paleti rasa madaya evang game muni chare. It's also from Dhammapada. So here you see muni is the subject. It is like aggi, fire, muni, a monk, muni chare. But in order to protect the meter, we longen this E to E, Muni Chare. And we read this as Evangami Muni Chare. But still we keep these two words as two words.
Separate.
Yes, no? So another example, Kanti Paramanta Potitika. You see. Kanti Paramang Tapotitika. Here also it is actually Kanti Paramanta Potitika. Kanti short. But we will longen it to E, and we keep this as two words. So please, other sorts of these, keep that in mind. In Sandhi, not all the Sandhis, so not all the combinations are joined. But still this is a combination.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Bante, like when it comes to Kanti and Muni, it looks like it has a vibhakti ending. But
Yes.
when you look at the taseta, so eta doesn't have a vibhakti ending. That's why it sounds very strange. When you
It's
have it in
strange,
two
like
words.
yeah, it's strange. Yes. But in some books, I was going to say that in some books, this is also seen. Tasetang. This is also seen in some. I think in Sinhala version, Nigahita is there, but then that is not a Pathya Arya Gatha. That's also correct, but it's not a Pathya Arya Gatha. So here in this verse, Yang Lo is the first group, Ko Pu second group, Jayate third group, Sa Lok fourth group, Pa Lo fifth group, Sadana sixth group, Masati seventh group. So you can see the sixth group, Sadana, is a Jagana, and there is Antagaru, and there are 6 other groups. In the second half, Tasse first group, Tasas second group, Navarang third group, Viduhi fourth group, Nyai Yang fifth group, Na is the Chattalahu, Rava Ras seventh group, Sa is the Antagaru. So yeah, Gananiyam is there, and Yatiniyam we don't have to actually check it because there is no Nagana. Masati also not in the 7th place, also no Nagana. 6th place also no Nagana. In the second half, 5th place no Nagana. So there are no word breaks in this verse. So that is also an example for Pathya Arya Gatha. So so please read these 2 verses by your own. You can read and examine these by yourself. This is a self activity. These are also actually Pathya Arya verses. So you can do that when you are free. So let's go to another example. This is from the Jataka. So I mentioned last week, I haven't seen any verses from other places apart from the Nettipakarana in Pali Canon. But this week I met this verse while I was reading something else. I met this verse and it is a Arya verse. So I put it here as an example. It is from the Jataka Pali. So Jataka Pali, as we know, it is also included in the Pali Canon. The Jataka name is Chula Dhammapala Jataka. It's in, as I remember, it's in Panchaka Nipata of the Jataka Pali. So you can observe this. It's a Arya verse. I'll recite it. Chandana Saranulita Baha Chijjanti Dhammapalassa Dayadassa Pathabhya Phana Me Devarujjanti. This ending T is that iti. It's not included in the verse. Here is the verse. So is someone going to recite it? Volunteers? No volunteers?
Oh, okay, I'll try, Bante, but I don't think I can go up and down. I'm just gonna read it, Bante.
Okay, please.
Chandana Saranulikta Baha Chichanti Dhammapalassa Jaya Dassa Pathabhya Pana me deva ruchanti.
Okay, very good. So please don't hesitate to recite, because this is an opportunity for you to correct your mistakes. If you have difficulties or mistakes reciting Pali verses, you can correct those things by reciting. So here, let's check this. Chandana, one group. Sara, another group. Nulita, sorry. Chandana, Sara, Nulita. One measure is there. Chandana, Sara, Nulita. One, there is one extra measure. Please keep it there. Baha, fourth group. Tidhan, fifth group. Tidham, sixth group. Palas, seventh group. And here Daya, one group. Dasapa, second group. Tabya, third group. Pana, fourth group. Mede, fifth group. Varuj, sorry, Va is the Chattalahu. Rujhan, seventh group. T. So apart from this Nu, we will learn about this Nu later. I just wanted to show you an example for the Pali itself. Actually, there can be other places also where we can find Arya verses. This is what I meant. So while you study Pali Canon, please write down if you find any Arya verses from the Pali itself. In Jataka and in other places also there can be many Arya verses, but in our books from which we learn prosody, there are no examples from the Pali. So please forget this Nu and look at this. Chandana, Sara, Litta, 3 groups. Baha, 4 groups. Tidjan, 5 groups. Tidham is the 6th group, and it is a Jagana in accordance with the Arya rules. Palas, 7th group, and there is Antagaru. So here also the Chattalahu is there, Antagaru is there, other 6 groups are there, and there are no word breaks because there are no Naganas at 7th place, 6th place, or at the 5th place of the second half. Okay. So these are the examples. Are there any questions? No questions. Okay, so this is an activity for you. This activity will be a difficult one, but please try to do this. Activity is to compose the Arya verse by yourself. To compose a Pathya Arya verse by yourself. So I have told you that Arya verses are not easy to compose. These are not among the easy ones. These are actually difficult to compose comparing to the 8-syllable verses. 8-syllable verses are very easy to compose. We will learn them. Actually, I'm thinking to discuss about the 8-syllable verses simultaneously with Arya verses, because otherwise it will take a long time for you to compose verses, because the very important thing is to compose verses now by learning Buddhodaya. So you should practice composing verses. So I'm thinking to discuss those 8-syllable verses simultaneously before without finishing the whole Matthavutti chapter. You see, those 8-syllable verses are in the Vannavutti and at the end of Vannavutti. At the 5th chapter, we are still in the 2nd chapter, and 8-syllable verses are at the 5th chapter, at the end of Uttodaya. But those are the most frequently seen verses. So let's see, maybe next week we can study a little about 8-syllable verses. Okay, so the activity or the challenge is to compose Arya verse, a Pathya verse by yourself. So I will give you some explanation to compose a verse. So when composing a verse, first you should think about an idea, like about what I am going to compose a verse. So you can compose a verse about Lord Buddha. So you can think about how uh, how clean and clear his mind is. Not like our minds. His mind is very clean and clear. He has no defilements in his mind. So you can compose a verse about that idea. Or you can think about the quality called as Samma Sambuddha. The Lord Buddha knows everything. There is nothing that is not known by him. Or the Lord Buddha knew the Four Noble Truths by himself, and he taught those truths to the world. So that is another idea. Or you can choose any quality of the Lord Buddha, Vijja Charana Sampanna quality or Sugata quality. In Sugata quality, you can talk about his self-control and the words uttered by him, and also the beauty, his beauty and his other characteristics under the Sugata quality. And Lokavidu, there are so many qualities of Lord Buddha. You can choose anything. Or you can choose qualities of Dhamma or qualities of Sangha, and you can compose about yourself, and you can compose something about your teacher, because there will be many things for you to say about your teacher, the qualities of your teacher. You can compose a verse and give that verse to your teacher, then your teacher will be very happy. And you can compose a verse about your friend, anything. You can first think about an idea, then just a rough idea. I will compose a verse about this Arya verse. This Arahang quality or Samma Sambuddha quality or my teacher. So after that, you should start. You should not finalize the whole idea first, because if you finalize the whole idea first, like my teacher has patience, and he is very talented, and like that. If you finalize the idea, then it will be very difficult for you to choose the Pali words to compose the verse. And you see, this is not only about choosing Pali words. You should put those verses in accordance with these rules. So at the beginning, do not finalize the whole idea. Just have a rough idea, and then the second one is put that idea to the verse, to the word. And sorry, before that, like try to maybe you can try to make a sentence, make a Pali sentence with that idea. Maybe you can write that same idea by two or three sentences using various words. You can use Abhidhana Padipika, the Pali dictionary. We call it Nighandu also. Our professor frequently use that word Nighandu, not Abhidhana Padipika. Nighandu is another word for Abhidhana Padipika. So you can you actually should be using that book at this stage, because you all are MA students, and you are learning advanced Pali. So you should use that book. So in this book, you have various words to use in the same meaning. Like for the Lord Buddha, in the meaning of Lord Buddha, there are like 27 words, as I remember, for Lord Buddha. And for the Nibbana, there are maybe more than 40 words. As I remember, there are 46 words for Nibbana. So there are so many words for every meaning. So you can if you let's say you want to talk about Khanti, the patience Khanti, and that kanti, the word kanti is not suitable for your verse. Let's say for the place you are going to put that word kanti, there should be a jagana or something like that, but now it has been a magana, kanti, sorry, if it is kanti, then it is a magana. If that is kanti, then that is not a group. Actually, there are only two syllables. Kang is a heavy syllable and ti is a light syllable. So that is not a group. So that word, if you feel like that word is not suitable, then please refer to the Abhidhana Padipika and go and search for the word kanti. Search for the word kanti. So with the word kanti, there will be some other words, other synonyms for kanti. So you can use one of those synonyms to compose your verse. Yes.
I think that in the Abhidhana Padipika, the Buddha's quality, the Buddha's synonym should be 32, no?
Oh yeah, maybe I cannot actually remember.
Yeah, 32. I remember the Gautama Buddha is like a 5 or something.
Yes. Then
Gautama Buddha is 7. Sorry, Gautama Buddha is 7.
Okay. All totally, how many words are there?
Total, if including Gautama Buddha, there will be like 37, no?
I see. Okay, I cannot.
Or 39 should be 39, including
39.
Buddha. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so
Nibbana is 46.
46, yeah. So so Buddha, there are 32, right?
Yeah, 32.
Yes. Thank you. So for Buddha, there are 32, and for Gautama Buddha, especially, there are 7. So likewise, you can use any word you like, but please consider another thing in your mind. Please keep another thing in your mind. That is, please try to not use very rarely found words, because in Abhidhana Padipika, within the synonyms, there are sometimes there are words we very rarely found. I can remember an example. So like among the words for Buddha, maybe there are no such rare words, because we frequently see synonyms for Lord Buddha, but among other words, you will see very rarely found words. Maybe you haven't seen those words ever. So try to not use those very rarely found words, because we should try to make our verse can be understood by anyone by reading that. So please try to do that. But it's okay, this is the beginning, so you can use any word, but keep that in mind. We should try to use frequently used words known by many people. And another thing about Abhidhana Padipika, there are mainly 2 parts in Abhidhana Padipika. There are mainly 2 parts in the Nighandu. In the first part, I cannot say 2 parts, but how to say, in the beginning chapters, there are synonyms for every word. There are so many words for various meanings. In the second part, not the second part, but in the ending chapters, there are 3 chapters called as Anekatha. Yeah. The chapter name is Anekatha Vagga, and within that Anekatha Vagga, there are 3 subsections like Gatha Anekatha, Pada Anekatha, and Adha Anekatha. There are 3 subsections. So in those sections, please do not search for words, because in those sections, what has been done is the meanings for several meanings for each word is given. Like let's say something like Dhamma. The word Dhamma.
Bhante, I'm
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
Bhante. Could you please share your screen somehow, Bhante?
Abhidhana Pradipika.
Yes, Bante.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Abhidhana Pradipika.
And then maybe you can go to the Tipitaka of the
Yes, yes, yes. I will search for that. Where is that? Abhidhana Pradipika Patha. Okay, here. Can you see now? This contents.
Yes, yes, Bante.
Okay, is that clear? Because letters are very
Yes, yes.
small.
You can see.
Yeah. Yeah. So Abhidhana Pradipika Patha. The Nighandu is the common name for dictionaries. Please keep that in mind as as extra knowledge. Nighandu is the common name for dictionaries. For a Sanskrit dictionary also, you can use the word Nighandu, and the name given by Venerable Moggallana for this dictionary is Abhidhana Pradipika. Abhidhana Pradipika. The Myanmar word Abhidang has derived from this Abhidang. In Myanmar, we call dictionary Abhidang because Abhidhana Pradipika is the name given to the dictionary in our tradition. So in Abhidhana Pradipika, there are, you can see in these contents, there are some chapters like Saggakanda, Bhukanda, Samanyakanda. Oh, yeah. Saggakanda, Bhukanda, and Samanyakanda. So in Saggakanda, there are 3 main chapters. In Saggakanda and Bhukanda, you can search for those synonyms. But in Samanyakanda, in Samanyakanda also, there are 3 other chapters: Viseshyadhina Vagga, Sankinna Vagga, and Anekattha Vagga. So here is the Vagga I am talking about, Anekattha Vagga. Please do not check for synonyms in this Anekattha Vagga. You can search in this Viseshyadhina Vagga also. Like, here you see Karuniko, the person who has compassion, Karuniko. So you see, behalf of Karuniko, you can use Dayalu, Karuniko, Dayalupi. Dayalu also can be used in the meaning of Karuniko. So you can use Karuniko or Dayalu. Maybe you have to use this with a translation or Nisaya. Otherwise, some places are difficult to understand. Here also you see Sobhanang Ruchirang Sadhu Manunyang Charu Sundarang. So in the meaning of word sadhu, something good. There are so many words. You see Sobhanang, you can use Sobhanang, Ruchirang, Sadhu, Manunyang, Charu, Sundarang, Vaggu, Manoramang, Kantang, Hari, Manju, Pesalang, Bhaddang, Vavang. All these words are synonyms for sadhu or Sobhana. So you can use one of them. But maybe according to the place there, you should think which word should I use. But there are synonyms like that. So in Sankinna Vagga also there are synonyms. In the last one, Anekattha Vagga, there are no synonyms. There are many meanings. Each word can be standing for. Like you see in the Anekattha Vagga, there are 3 parts. Here they are not shown. Gatha Anekattha, Addha Anekattha, and Pada Anekattha. You see here, Iti Gatha Anekattha Vaggo. Gatha Anekattha Vagga ends here. And then Addha Anekattha comes, and at the end, Pada Anekattha comes. And after that, there is another Vagga called Abjaya Vagga. Right. In that Abhyaya Vagga, Abhyaya is the name for Nipata and Upasagga. For Nipata and Upasagga, we call Abhyaya. So that in the last final chapter of Abhidhana Pradipika, you can find the meanings for Nipata and Upasagga and synonyms for Nipata and Upasagga. The last chapter. So please do not search for words synonyms in this Anekattha Vagga. So I will show an example for what has been done in Anekattha Vagga. Like Dhammo, you see here Dhammo. The word Dhamma has, as I can remember, 14 meanings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 meanings for the word Dhamma. So you should, when you see the word Dhamma, you should think about what meaning the word Dhamma is showing here, because there are 14 meanings. Sometimes the word, the meaning of Dhamma is Sabhava, the characteristic. Sometimes Dhamma stands for Pariyatti. Sometimes Dhamma stands for Panya, or wisdom. So likewise, there are so many meanings for Dhamma. The word Attha, you know, the word Attha is usually standing for meaning, but not only meaning. Sometimes Attha can stand for Payojana, or benefit, or advantage also. Saddha Bhideyya means meaning. So the word Attha can be standing for the meaning. Buddhi means development, or how to tell that? Buddhi, improvement, or
Isn't
yes,
prosperous?
yes, prosperous. Yeah, that's good. Prosperity or prosperous. So buddhi, Attha can be in the meaning of buddhi, like maybe like in Attaya Hitaya Sukhaya Deva Manussanam Buddho Loke Upajjati. Payojan also can be taken, and buddhi also can be taken. Attha. And here you see Karane, Attha can sometimes be in the meaning of reason, like in Attha Patisambhida, Dhamma Patisambhida. Attha in Attha Patisambhida is in the meaning of reason, Karana. So likewise, that is that is for extra knowledge in Abhidhana Padipika. Please don't refer to these sorry, Anekattha Vagga, whole Anekattha Vagga, to search for synonyms. So same words, because that is for another purpose. Anekattha Vagga. You can use this Anekattha Vagga in other works, obviously, but when you search for synonyms, please refer to the first chapters, first Vaggas. Okay, so you
So
can
Bande,
yes.
sorry. So I think when we use this one Abhidan, this Abhidana, so we have to use the Nisaya, no? Without the Nisaya, we don't know where they are talking about.
Without a Nisaya, yeah. Isn't there a Nisaya in English? Is there a translation for Abhidhana Padipika? I think there is. No?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I see. Venerable Atulanyana, do you know about that? Is there a Nisaya? Nisaya translation?
No, Bante, I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Because
in
you
our-
see, like when they talk about the Sakka Ganda, so if we talk about the Buddhas, all Buddhas, so when we read, we don't know where should we stop. So we don't know how many synonyms for the Buddhas or something like that. For us, it's very difficult.
Yeah. I will try to find English one online. I'm also not sure whether there is. I will try, however. Maybe there is a translation done by someone. Let's search. Okay, so the next thing, when you compose a verse, the next thing to consider is to obviously the rules. There should be rules when you put words, like you cannot put a word with jagana in the first place. Like you see in Tiloka, the three worlds, Tiloka. You cannot put Tiloka at the beginning, because Tiloka is a jagana. So you should remember something like another word for that, like Tayo Loka or something like that. So please consider about the rules. There cannot be jaganas, and in the odd places, first, third, fifth, and seventh places, and other other groups can be there, other ganas can be there apart from Jagana. You can use Magana, Nagana, Bhagana, and Sagana. So you can use those 4 ganas. There are 4 other ganas. You should not only use Jagana. There are 4 other ganas: Na, Ma, Bha, and Sa. So you can use one from those 4 ganas in the odd places. In the even places, you can use all those 5 ganas, including Jagan. Okay, but please do not use the remaining 3 ganas, because we have learned that Ragana, Yagana, and Thagana, these 3 ganas are not used in Ariya verses. Okay, we learned in the introductory chapter that we use only Bha, Ja, Sa, Sabba, Galahu, Panchime, Santita, Gana, Ariyadimhi, Vinyaya. You see, in Ariya, in the verses beginning with Ariya, we only use, not only use actually, but we have to use Bha, Bhagana, Jagana, Sagana, Magana, and Nagana. So you can use all those 5 ganas in the even places, but do not use Jagana at the odd places. Other 4 ganas you can use. And please keep in mind to put a Nagana or a Jagana at the 6th place. Nagana or a Jagana at the 6th place. And there should be a Lahu at the 6th place of the second half. So there are so many rules to consider, and there is Yatiniyam also to consider. So this will not be a simple challenge for you, but you have whole 1 week to do this. So you can maybe compose 1 line per day. Then you will take only 4 days for that. Actually, if you take some time, like a night or an evening or a morning for this work, maybe you can finish this. For me, actually, it took about 4 hours to compose my first ever verse in Ariya verses. Maybe I will show that for you to learn, and as an example. That was something like I composed about Lord Buddha. This is just as I'm showing just as an example. So that was like this: raga, you know, lust, patti, ghadi, bhedang, raga, patti, ghadi, bhedang. Raga, patti, ghadi, bhedang is the first line. Duppajahang, yena sakala papa malang supahinang vita malang vande buddhang tamarahantang. So this is the word. This is about the Arahang quality of the Buddha. I pay homage to the Buddha who is with the quality called as Arahang. And these 3 lines explain about the Arahang quality. So this is the verse. You see here, Raga Pa. It is a Bhagana, and it is the first group. Ti Ghadi, second group. Bhedang, third group. Dup Paja, fourth group. Hang Je, fifth group. Na Sa Ka La, sixth group, and it is a Nagana. Papa Ma is the 7th group, and Antagaru, here is the Antagaru. Supahi, this is the second half. Okay, in the second half, first group. Nang Vi, second group. Tamalang, third group. Vande, fourth group. Buddhang, fifth group. Ta is the Chattalahu. Marahan, 7th group, and Thang is the Antagaru. So here there is a word break because there is a Nagana at the 6th place. here. So you should remember, you should break the word at the end of na. Raga patighadi bhedan duppajahang yena sakala papa malam, like that. So this is an example. So you can also compose a verse like this. And, this will take some time, and this will take a lot of courage to do, because maybe your mind will be hesitating again and again to do this because it is difficult. But take this as a challenge. You have 1 week, and you can use and actually you are learning advanced Pali now, so you should be able to compose. So please try this. This is the activity for this week. Okay, then let's conclude our discussion for today. I was going to actually finish the Arya type today, but we have no time. So let's finish the Arya section in the next week, and maybe we will be able to finish the Geeti section also. There are 4 subsections in the Matta Vutti. So let's try to finish Arya and Geeti next week. Okay, are there any questions? No questions? Okay, then I will send this file to the group, so you can download and use that. Okay, then let's wind up our discussion by reciting Buddha Sasanam Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanam Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanam Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanam Chirang Tithatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bante.
Bante.
Thank you.